All right, yo. Good morning. Good morning. So we have
Good
already
morning, everybody.
we have already had some great moves come in today. Um, at 8:30 EST, we did have a news event that came in, so it was negatively impacting the US dollar. So we did see an impulse to the upside on gold. So right after that, we did have another pullback where sellers came back in and pushed price down. So that is part of the reason why I went ahead and just secured profits. But overall, still looking for sales. However, I still see a lot more liquidity that needs to be added into the markets in order for it to hit our main target, which is 22.76 around that area. So we're going to see price action and the fluctuations happen. Until that does happen in terms of the liquidity coming in. Um, So yeah, at this point in time, we could see buyers overall create new higher highs, potentially breaking this level of resistance right here. So that is a point of interest or where potentially either sellers could come in or buyers could overall break that level and overall come back to this high right here. So that 23.30, 23.40 range, we potentially could see sellers coming in from these levels and overall price pushing back lower. All right. But remember, in order for price to come into this zone, it has to test out these known areas of resistance or ceilings, whatever you want to call it. And then overall, we want to see how price react from these points. So simple concept always when we are approaching the market conditions, we always want to sell from high points and we always want to buy from low points. And whenever I'm approaching the market conditions for the day, I like starting off from the day. So on the daily time frame, we see how these wicks are forming from this area of support. So potentially, like I said, we could get a retest from this high point. All right. And in order for price to break lower, I'm sorry, in order for price to break higher, it does have to break that level of resistance based off the 1 hour time frame. So from 23.24, that is that high point at this point in time of where we need to see price break in order to test out 23.30, 23.40. If it can't break that level, then how do we expect price to test out those higher high points, right? Let's make it make sense. So this is where patience come into play. You have to allow the market or price action to play out. Never chase the markets. Um, and always when you're approaching the market conditions, make sure that you're first testing out the waters. That way, just in case it does the complete opposite of what we're projecting it to do, we're not all the way in any type of heavy drawdown. And again, once you're in profit, it is on you to take profit. It doesn't necessarily have to make it to take profit. However, that is our target of where we're projecting it to go. But whenever the markets give you an opportunity to pay yourself, right? You never can go broke taking profit. If you have 100 pips, that is amazing, right? Again, like I was saying yesterday, when I first started trading, my goal was to catch at least 20 pips per day, 20 pips in depth. Now my goal is 100 pips, at least 100 pips for the day. However, again, you can never go broke taking profit. So you have an opportunity to take profit and you're deep in profit. Take money off the table, pay yourself. make sure you have an objective of how you're navigating the market conditions. If you're selling, our objective is to see how price, for first and foremost, we want to identify levels of support. So if you're on a 1 hour time frame, and let's say we're looking at this level here, let's say come back to this point, then we understand and go to the 15-minute. So 15-minute, this is a level of support of where we could take profit. This is a level right here. This is also a level of support. So these are all points of where we could be initially looking to take profit off the tables to pay ourselves to overall make it to our main projection, which is in this range down here, 2274, 2280, 2290, right? These are all main points of where we could potentially see buyers building up volume to create new higher high points. And we want to keep it as simple. Personally, I do not like overcomplicating trading at all. The moment that you overcomplicate it is the moment where you see yourself losing. So keep it simple. Approach it with an overall objection when you are navigating, and you will see yourself getting paid consistently in profit, forever in profit. So does anyone have any questions in regards to that breakdown? We have a lot of new people on this call. So definitely, y'all have any questions, ask away.
Don't be shy, y'all. Because the goal is for you guys to really, have a solid foundation of this so that way, even outside of the app, you can, trade for yourself.
Exactly. The goal at the end of the day is self-sufficiency. So yeah, y'all have any questions, just ask. You can put it in the chat, you can unmute yourself.
I was gonna wait until we finish, but as far as the app, like once we log into the app, I just need to know like step by step to get to where we need to get to.
Okay.
So I mean, but like I said, I can wait for that.
Okay. Yeah, we can go over that. We can go over that in a couple minutes. All right, so in this moment in time, we're just gonna allow price to do what it needs to do. What other pairs are y'all looking at? I know Tanya, you be looking at NAS, right?
Yes, looking at but me and her had a big nasty argument last week. So I'm giving her time to chill out. But yeah, we did. You know me and her stay at it.
Yeah.
She's good when she's good, and when she's not, she's not.
So
That's
so
why I call her nasty.
so
Hmm.
you chilling on her right now?
Yeah, me and her, we cool right now. Like I'm watching her though from afar.
Yeah.
So I've been in gold, but I like gold is NAS is okay. Gold is more challenging because it's a lot more volatile. NAS just moves quicker and it's bigger, like it's heavier,
Mm-hmm.
but gold is unpredictable. So it's a challenge. So um me and Tanika will, kind of like off the records, kind of like she's that's her bae. So but gold is if you could pay attention to gold, I think it kind of gives you the one up on almost everything else. You know what I'm saying? Because of the way it moves.
Exactly.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, that definitely makes sense.
It just makes you not gold. Gold, you better get in and out. Like you get in, you get out. Like once it makes this move, it's time to go and see, adjust or whatever. Of course, you have holds, but once it starts moving,
That
it's
move.
game time.
Yeah, that thing.
Yeah. Yes. So but that it helps me visually. It helps me visually because I'm a very visual person. But yeah, Nas, I've been watching her because she's still sitting at the top right now and she don't know what she want to do. Well, she's up and down a little bit at the top. And I personally don't know how to understand what a higher high, like an all-time higher high is. And that's what it hit last week. So it kind of took me out the game a little bit. I've been there before. It's okay.
Hell, let's talk about how in alignment I am. Let me toot my own horn for a second. Cause didn't I say we needed to do that this morning?
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
Okay.
What?
Now,
The higher highs,
talk
the all-time high.
for the resistance and
yeah, we're gonna show y'all guys show that on the chart.
Okay.
Yeah, supported resistance and higher highs, higher lows.
Yeah,
all-time highs. All-time highs. Those are what's been throwing me off, and that's what the market's been giving us. Nas had an all-time high. And gold did some weeks back too. It kind of, it didn't set my account back that much, but it's still, they're difficult for me. So
yeah,
that's my flaw. I'm gonna go back on mute.
right. Yep. So we're gonna go over that after this call today. Once we make our money, we're gonna go over that concept. So yeah, right now we just waiting. I'm not gonna call anything right now. Cause it's literally, y'all see what it's doing right now. It's just literally stalling. Just sitting there. But what I'm projecting it to do, is going back up, testing out these highs. But I call this like no man's land. Like the markets can do one or two things. It can either go up or it can go back down. And you do not want to get caught up in that price action. Because mentally or psychologically, it could really mess you up mentally. It could disturb your peace. So we're gonna chill for a second. We're gonna allow it to test out these highs, or if it go back lower, let it test out these lows. And then from there, we're gonna find something to get in. Are we supposed to be in the charts on our app? I do not have my. Yeah, make sure y'all have y'all. Make sure you have Sway Charts open. Sway Charts Pro. Because once they give us an opportunity, we need to be able to react right then and there, especially trading gold. Like
Okay,
talk.
so that's, oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
That's what I was asking earlier, like how do I get to this what do you call this? The candle tree? What do you call this? The chart?
Yeah, so this is this platform is called Trading View.
Okay, so how do I get to my charts?
Sway Charts Pro.
Yeah, I'm in here. So the only thing I see is like profit loss and my balance, and then it says no trades or orders.
Yep. So currently that means that you're not in any trades. You haven't executed anything yet. So in order to get to the charts, the execute trades, do you see the three lines to the top left-hand side?
Uh-huh.
All right, so you're gonna click that, and then do you see quotes?
Quotes. Okay.
All right, so hit quotes, and then we're gonna go all the way to the left until you see the wrench.
The wrench. Okay.
Then you're gonna click chart,
Okay.
and now you should see your charts.
Got it. And is it supposed to be on H1 or H4?
It can be on either or.
Okay.
Let's do M15. So where say H1,
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna click M15.
M15. Okay.
And those are your time frames. So this is what we can do today after the call. So today, we can go over the concept, support and resistance, and market structure. And then tomorrow, what we can do is go over time frame correlation.
Okay.
You know what? I'm gonna say that for later because time frame correlations that's really events. I would say support and resistance. That's more like a little bit beginners. But yeah, once you like start getting into time frame correlation, correlating all time frames to understanding the bigger picture, that can get a little bit tricky. So yeah, we'll go over that later. But I just want to make sure like y'all understand the basis first before we move to speed 10. We gotta make sure we know the basis first. All right, so we got some movement coming in now. Finally, the DXY, this push lower. So the DXY, it measures the strength of the dollar. So if the DXY is pushing lower, then we're gonna see all US pairs doing the complete opposite. So gold in this instance, since the dollar is pushing lower, we're gonna see gold pushing higher. If we see the DXY pushing up, so we see it pushing up, then we're gonna see gold pushing lower again. So at some point in time, we should see the DXY pushing back higher. But in order for it to push higher, again, it has to build liquidity. It has to test out these lows. So this low right here, this is a a higher low point, or where we saw price create a new higher high. So again, after this call, we're gonna go over that concept. But this is a high probability. Well, hold up. Let me go to the 4 hour. So yeah, this is a potential high probability area of where we could see buyers into the markets again. And from that point, we should see gold pushing lower. So just want to see how it interacts with that level and reacts once it gets there in order for us to create some type of bias. So yeah, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. This is crazy. What, bro? Sometime in these market conditions, you just gotta set it and forget it. Cause what's going on right now, this is crazy. It definitely ain't Biden. The Biden show, that man sleep right now. Sleepy Joe. That man, Sleepy Joe. Sleepy Joe, man. Dang. Yeah, this is why it's important to identify those key levels. Very important. Anything can happen in these times. Just gotta let it test out these areas. That's why I'm like, man, let me go ahead and secure my profit. Stop playing. Remember this too, y'all. It's always going to be another setup. So if you so press to hold your trades and you in profit, it's always going to be another setup. Always. So your price could potentially be building up liquidity to break this level here. 23, 25. And this thing tripping. You don't know what I want to do right now. Mhm. So the more times this level is tested out, the weaker it becomes. So at some point in time, I could see price potentially breaking this level and definitely testing out these points up here. London session closed at 12 p.m. London. So a price break this level potentially can come back to 23.34. And if it breaks 23.34, it can come back to 23.40. So this is where we could potentially look for sells, either or. Gotta be patient. Yeah, this thing about to push up. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 wick rejections. Building liquidity. All right, y'all, we still waiting. One thing about it, we don't force trades. We will not force no trades. All right, so we got 7 more minutes left until this candle close. Pretty much this is about to close bullish. And potentially break this level of resistance right here. Level of resistance. Resistance, support. If we were looking for buys, it will not be from here. If we bought it from here, God bless you. Because God forbid this thing turn back around, we will be in almost 200 pips in drawdown, which is crazy. That doesn't make sense. So let's see if this level could be broken and overall we can get interactions either from here or from up here or potentially higher. We never know. Never know what the market conditions can do. One thing for sure, don't think what the markets can do. Just adjust. Whatever it shows you, react to it. Our objective is to identify key areas of where price could react from. And then once it does interact with that point, based off those reactions, we react based off what we see. Another thing for all my new traders on here, we are not the movers and shakers of the markets, right? We don't control the fluctuations as retail traders. The banks, the corporations, hedge funds, they're the ones who are the movers and shakers. So our goal is to be able to identify key areas of where they will be entering the markets. Where would they be looking to sell from, or where would they be looking to buy from? That's what we should be asking ourselves as we're analyzing, and that's what we should be identifying. Now, once price does go to those points and give us those reactions, from there, all we do is just react. We utilize proper risk management. We test out the waters. We're not jumping in head first just because, oh, this is a high probability area based off the higher time frames. Because price could easily break through that level and test out new levels, right? If it wanted to, especially on gold, price could easily break through this level of resistance right here and come back and retest these highs up here easily. It easily could do that. You never know. So whenever we are navigating, it's important once we do get those interactions from key levels, just test out the waters. Don't just throw in a bit lot size because we got interactions from our last level of resistance or last level of support. All right. So yeah, we are now building momentum to break 23, 25. Look at that beautiful candle. That was a beautiful setup. It's all good though, y'all. Did anybody take those buys? Anybody? Tanika, you took that buy? Jarrell, you took that buy? Tanya, you took that buy? I definitely didn't take it. I wasn't too. Nah, kid woke up, so yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, I wasn't too confident in that play, honestly. I know you didn't take the buy, Stina. What the DXY doing? All right, so we get interactions from this level of support. And we got 15 seconds. All right, it's 10 a.m. What I'm going to do, no, I ain't gonna do it. Never mind. All right. So while this plays out, what we're gonna do now, we're gonna go over support and resistance for all my new traders. Anytime now. Yeah, I guess it don't want to show up. So we're gonna go with this one. All right. So for all my new people, we about to go over a simple concept. And you can use this concept to navigate in the market conditions every single time. It never fails. Once you have mastered this skill, or once you have mastered this concept, and you apply with risk management and psychology, right? The psychology aspect of trading, you can catch some good profits. You can make a lot of good profits in the markets. All right. So whenever we are approaching the market conditions, the first thing that we want to identify from the higher time frame, so from the weekly, the daily, and the 4-hour time frame, preferably the daily. So the first thing that we want to identify is what type of trend are we in? Are we in an uptrend or are we in a downtrend? That's the first thing that we want to identify. All right. So on the uptrend, we're going to see higher highs, higher lows, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. So once we have identified our trend and we have identified our structure, next thing that we want to take into account or identify is where we are in structure. So we was in an uptrend structure. We'll identify, okay, are we at a higher low point or are we at a higher high point? If we are from a higher low point, we should be looking for buy opportunities. If we're from a higher high point, we could be looking for potential sells, right? Buy low, sell high. Everyone on this call, I'm pretty sure y'all all have businesses. I know a couple people, y'all have online stores, y'all sell products, y'all have your own services. So if you're selling a product, you'll buy it at a lower price and you will sell it at a higher price. Same concept in terms of trading. You want to buy low, sell high. You don't want to do the opposite. Buy high, sell low. That doesn't make sense. You're not making no money, right? So again, we want to buy low, sell high. Put it in the chat for me. Buy low, sell high. All right. So from these low points, this is where we could be looking to buy from. And let's say we had a situation like this. So another concept, in in order to potentially understand what could happen in the future, we first have to understand what happened in the past. So in the past, hypothetically, in this scenario, right, in this example, this was our last low point. So a price comes back to this level, right? This is where we could be potentially looking for buy opportunities. Because in the past, this was our last higher low point, and we saw price create a new higher high point. So in the future, what we could be anticipating is the same thing to happen. Overall, buyers stepping back into the markets in order to push price back up. So we'll be buying from this low point, and we will be taking profit from this high point. Type ones in the chat if that makes sense. Buy low. Higher low point. Take profit from higher high points. That's clear to everybody? Did I lose anybody? Estina? JJ? Tanya?
Some here.
Did I lose you?
I'm
No,
okay so far.
All right, cool.
Thank you.
All right. So yeah, what are our structure points for all my beginning traders? What are our structure points in a uptrend structure? Type it in.
buy low, sell high.
Yep, that's the concept, but based off structure, what is our points?
Like higher highs, higher lows.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And where could we be looking to buy from? What points in structure? Do we buy from a higher low point or do we buy from higher high
No, I
point?
mean, ask that question once again, please.
So we was looking for buy opportunities. Will we be buying from higher low points or will we be buying from higher high points?
Oh, yeah. We're buying from higher low points.
Perfect. You got it. All right. So,
Don't get that confident in me now.
hey, you got it though. You got it though.
Thank you.
So yeah, we'll be looking for buys at higher low points. Simple. So that's a uptrend. Now in a downtrend, our structure points are lower lows, lower highs, and lower lows. So in the downtrend, we see price do this, lower high or lower low. Lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. So this is similar to an uptrend. Only difference is it's just reverse. So we was looking for sales. We'll be selling high. Perfect. Sell high. Sell high. Sell high. And let me erase this. So from our lower low point or lower high points, this is where we'd be looking for sales. Sales. And same concept. If we're looking for sales, we'll be selling from lower high points. In order to understand what potentially could happen in the future, we first got to understand what happened in the past. So whenever we see price pull back, right, and test out our last lower high point, this is where we potentially could be looking for sellers to enter back into the markets. So again, this is based off either the weekly time frame, the daily, or the 4-hour time frame. The higher the time frame you go, the higher the probability. So the weekly time frame is stronger than the daily and the 4-hour time frame. However, these are still good perspectives to look to identify your points and structure. So we were selling, we'll look to sell from lower high points. And in terms of taking profit, we will look to take profit from our lower low points. Because from our lower low points, this is where we could potentially see buyers enter the markets. So right here, anywhere you see yellow, those are considered lower high points. All right. So we were looking for sales. From what structure point could we be looking from for those sales? If we were looking for
Ask
sales,
again, please.
if we were looking for sales, from what structure point could we be looking for sell opportunities?
Would that be the lower lows
Nope.
if you're selling?
If you're selling.
Oh, so it will be the lower highs.
Yep.
Okay.
Remember, sell high, buy low. So lower high, right? That's a high point.
Mm-hmm.
That's where we could be looking for sellers to step in order to see price potentially push lower, right? Creating a lower low. And we want to keep it that simple. So again, step one, when we're approaching the market conditions, we want to identify the trend. So are we in an uptrend or are we in a downtrend? And once we have identified our trend, next thing we want to identify is where we are in structure. If we're in a downtrend, are we at a lower high point or are we at a lower low point? If we at a lower high point, we should be
Selling.
selling. Do you identify the trend just from looking at the charts? Correct. So you will identify the trend based off either the weekly, the daily, or the 4-hour time frame. Preferably the weekly or the daily. So you will identify the trend based off the weekly or the daily. If you are at a higher low point, you should be
Buying.
Yep, you should be buying. If you're at a higher low point, you should be buying. If you're at a lower low point, you should be
Waiting until it gets to a lower high.
you could do that. That's perfectly fine. If you're a little bit more advanced, you could be looking to buy, right? That would be considered a counter trend trade. Because at some point, price had to come back up, test out these highs, right? But as soon as it comes to this point, better take profit. Potentially, this is where sellers could enter back into the markets. And if you get caught up in that noise, you can easily lose money. Soon as price break beyond this point right here. So if you buy here and it came here, that will be considered a counter trend trade. But this is what I mean. The trend is your friend. I believe I said that yesterday. The trend is your friend. So we always want to trade with the trend once we identify it. Once point was price action comes back to these lower high points, it's where we could look to sell. As long as these points are being maintained, we can continue to look for sales every single time until we see price break this level. All right. If we see this, continues to go up, that would be considered a break. Let me give you all an example, right? Your structure points is like your home, right? One is called who has a house? Who is a homeowner? Type ones in the chat if you're a homeowner on this call. All right. So below your home, what is holding up your foundation? Pillars, right? Pillars are holding up your home. So imagine someone going below your home and they just knock down all those pillars. What happens to your home? You ain't got no house no more. You better call your local insurance because they're gonna have to build her up again. It's gone. It's crashed out. So our lower high points, making it make sense, is like our pillars. In an uptrend, your higher low points is like your pillars. That is what is stabilizing your structure. That is what is holding up that foundation. If those foundational points are broken, then that trend is no longer established. It's no longer relevant. Our bias should be switching, right? From a downtrend in this case, in a downtrend structure, your lower high point is broken. You should be looking for price to transition, right? You should be looking to buy instead of selling if we're seeing our foundational points being broken. That makes sense? I'm gonna let that digest for a second. If your structure points are broken, that is like your pillars being knocked down. No longer your house is stabilized. If your structure points are broken, your trend is no longer being stabilized. Your points in structure are like your pillars within the trend. So if those are being broken, your trend is no longer being stabilized. That is what is holding up that trend. So it's important to be vigilant whenever price does come back and interact with our points of structure. Is it being maintained or is it being broken? If it's being maintained, we can continue to sell with that trend. If it's being broken, then our overall bias should be changing. Instead of selling, we should be looking for buys now. Instead of a new lower low point being created, we should be looking for a higher low point to be created. If a higher low point is being created and it leads into a new higher high, then I overall give confirmation that our trend has changed. So whenever we do get those interactions, it is essential to be vigilant once price does get to those points. Make sense? Type some 777s for me in there. We in there. I know y'all got that. Let's get it. All right. So that's overall concept for our downtrend and also uptrends. Downtrend, structure points, lower highs, lower lows. Uptrends, higher lows, higher highs. We in the game. Buy low, sell high. We never want to find ourselves buying high, selling low. That goes against everything that we learn in terms of retail sales, wholesale, trading, doing business, doing commerce. That's going against the grain. So to keep it simple, buy low, sell high. All right. So that is our trend, our structure. Perfect. Now, last concept that we're gonna go over today is support and resistance. So in the downtrend, and let me show y'all this on the actual charts or markets. So what type of trend are we in, y'all? What is this right here? Type it in the chat. What type of trend is this? For the new people, what type of trend is this? Uptrend. Good job, Stina. Uptrend. Good job, Talia. Uptrend. What are our structure points? What is the market condition showing us in terms of structure? What is it creating? Higher lows, higher lows, higher highs. Exactly. So check this out, right? Example. In order to potentially understand what could happen in the future, we first have to understand what happened in the past. Look at this right here. Price came, created a level of support in the past right here. Price created a new higher high point. Sellers came all the way back to this level. What did it do? What happened here that happened here? That level was respected, right? Check, check. Y'all see that? In the past, it created a level of support. It created a higher low point, and then it created a higher high point. Sellers came back to this higher low point, interacted with this higher low point, and reacted. Did it continue to go down or did it go back up? Put it in the chat. It continued to go back up. So this is a perfect example of understanding what potentially could happen in the future. You first got to understand what happened in the past. In the past, created support, created a higher low point. In the future, it came back to that point, continue to go back up.
So ultimately, it's considered high low.
Higher low.
Okay.
And it's considered a higher high point. This is a higher low. This is a higher high. Came back, higher low, created a higher high. What happened right here? Support was created. You had a floor, foundation. Sellers came to this area. Sellers wasn't able to break any lower. Support was created. It maintained exactly. Buyers came back to, or sellers came back to this level, old level support, old floor. What happened right after that? Did it go up or did it go down? Did it break lower or did it continue to push up? Continue to push up. So y'all see the pattern? This is what happens. This is what happens. Price comes back to old levels, interact with old levels. If that level is maintained, then we can look to take it back into that direction of what it did in the past. Only if it's being maintained. If it breaks below this level, right, one or two things can happen. It either can overlap that level, and what I mean by that is you have a situation where you had support created, comes back down, interact with that level. It attempts to break that level, right? But buyers found a new level, a new price point to respect, and it continues to push higher. That is called a overlap. Still an uptrend. Or let's do it like this. Or price could break that level, maintain this level of resistance, and continue to push lower. That's how you know that this previous level of support was broken. If it does this. This is called break, retest, follow through of a new lower low. Make sense? Everybody clear on that?
That one I'm a little confused about. Can you go over that one once again?
Okay. All right.
I mean, I kind of get the overlap, once it's, down and it maintains and it goes down and it maintains itself again.
Mm-hmm.
Then it goes lower than it did before. That's considered an overlap.
Yep. And it
Okay.
continues back into the main direction
Right.
because you'll
Okay, I
continue.
get that one.
Now, in terms of a break of,
Okay.
of support, this is called support or your floor. So you got support right here, right? This is called resistance or your ceiling. So we was looking for price to push higher. We were anticipated maintaining this level of support. If we can maintain that level of support, right, and we see sellers break lower, then that will be considered a break. So in order to confirm that break, first, we'll see price break below that point, right? That's step one. Step two, it will give us a retest, maintaining this level of resistance or the ceiling. As long as your ceilings are being maintained, we could anticipate price to break lower. If it maintains that ceiling, right, that level of resistance, then that will give us confirmation of price breaking lower. So step one, we have a break. Step two, we have a retest of our O level resistance. And step three, step one, break. Step two, retest. Step three, rejection, right? In this example, price was not able to break any higher. It rejected, it bounced off that level of resistance, right? It bounced off that ceiling. It was like a basketball. It bounced up, it bounced right back down. So step four, follow through, right? Follow through of price pushing lower. And that will give us confirmation that price did break lower. As long as this ceiling or level of resistance is being maintained. If that level of resistance is not being maintained, then this will just give us a continuation of that uptrend. And this will be considered a overlap. Make sense? Everybody clear? Stina, Miss JJ? It's clear, yes. So it's just repetition, going over it over and over again. And y'all gonna have access to this recording as well. So y'all can look at the replay, and if y'all ever do need like a one-on-one session, if y'all ever need a one-on-one session, that's where you're really going to find that clarity. because you're really gonna you're really gonna be able to actually do it yourself. Miss Talia, she know about that. Professor, she know about the one-on-one sessions. I'll put you on the spot in a minute. But that's how you're really gonna learn. That's how I learned. Personally, that's how I learned, by having somebody critique me in the process, making it make sense making it make sense. You know what I'm saying? It's one thing of me showing it to you, but when you actually can, it's kind of like in school, right? In math class, and I was horrible at math. But the teacher tell you, go in front of the classroom, go on the board and show your work. And as you're in the process of uh breaking down the question, the teacher or the professor, she's critiquing you in the process, or he's critiquing you in the process. So that's how you're really going to learn. So yeah, if y'all ever need it, just let me know. Right now, currently we have a small group, so it's enough to manage. But once we get to the hundreds and thousands, then yeah, y'all, I'm only one person. But yeah, anyone have any questions?
I was gonna say, so basically they came at the right time.
Nah, for sure. Cause we finna be trailblazing in the next couple months. We finna be at 1,000 students. I'm gonna put that into the universe. So y'all definitely are at the right place in the right time. But yeah, everybody good? Anyone got any questions? We clear? All right. Let me see if we got anything real quick, and we're gonna end this session.
So just to make sure that I didn't miss anything, we didn't do a trade.
No, we ain't catch a trade today.
Okay.
I don't know what I don't know. No, yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, but we ain't catch a trade today. One thing about it, again, I don't like forcing moves in the markets. If it doesn't give an opportunity, I'm not taking it. I'm not taking it. What time is on the East Coast? It's almost 11 o'clock, right? Yeah, it's almost 11. 10:46. So our window of time is from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. After 12 p.m., that's where we see the market conditions slow down. Only time we usually see the markets like do something crazy after 12 is if we have a high impact news event around like 2:30 or something. But other than that, we don't have any news events coming out this week after 2:30. So our window of time this week is from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. All right. So yeah, y'all. That's it for today. We're gonna be back at it again tomorrow. Same time, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Hope y'all enjoyed this session. Hope y'all gain value.
And we do have a call tonight, you guys. If you're interested in inviting someone onto the call. So we'll put that information in the group chat as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you guys so much for your time, and hope y'all have a great day. Thank you, Kev, again.
No problem. All right, y'all take care. Have a great day. Be productive.